What's up, guys?
Let's go right into questions for Coach McCaffery. Chad Leistico.
Hey, good morning, Fran.
What's up, Chad?
I wanted to start with a non-Iowa question, actually. Did you get a chance to see the profile on Patrick on FS1 by
I
chance?
did. I thought it was very well done.
I'm just kind of curious, kind of how you've, uh, I guess, followed Butler basketball this year, knowing, I mean, obviously you have a super busy job here, but vested interest in that. And I'm just curious how much you make time for that and what you've seen from Patrick this year.
Yeah, he's playing really well. Uh, Very upbeat about it. Really likes Coach Mata and the staff. Uh, he's fit in well there with what they had back and what they needed. A little banged up right now. That's part of it. But yeah, it's been an incredibly positive experience for him, and I'm thrilled for him. Yeah.
Tom.
Hey, Fran. Just wanted to ask you about what's this week been like, kind of back and forth with whether you guys were going to play at UCLA or not, and where have you guys been able to practice the last couple of days?
Yeah, so we've stayed at the same hotel and we practiced at USC. USC is close by the hotel, so we practiced there 3 times. Uh, and it's kind of business as usual, Tom. We have our meetings, we have our meals. And last night the kids went to the Laker game, so that's the only thing we've really done other than meetings and meals and practice. Uh, and then we'll find out sometime later on today where the game is, but the game's going to be played. So it almost is, in terms of game prep, we'll figure that out. We'll know that by today's practice. And so we'll figure out where we're going to practice depending upon where we play.
Tyler.
Hi, Fran. Wondering with the defensive breakdowns between Wisconsin and USC, were there any similarities between those two, or do you feel like those were kind of separate occurrences?
I would say there's probably always similarities when a team shoots the ball as well as both of those teams did in terms of percentages. But I do think the rebounding area is something that really affects that. But it's typically rebounding and ball screen defense. But our zone was not as active as it needed to be. It was certainly more active in the Indiana game. It was not as good. So we need to work on that as well.
Mike.
Fran, I wanted to make sure I have this cleared. The day before the game, and there's still not certainty about where it's going to be held.
Yeah, I no, I think it's going to be announced later on. We'll find out, I think, shortly. But yeah, I mean, we know it's going to be one of 2 locations.
Chad.
Yeah, I was interested in your opinion on or your feelings on, I'm sorry, viewpoint on Seydou Traore. What type of role do you envision? I know he's coming back from injury here, but what type of role would you like him to have, and what will it take him to get to that point?
I want him to play more. The other night, he was in foul trouble. My anticipation was to play him more. I probably should have left him in when he got his third, just let him keep playing. But he got his third foul, so I was going to take him out a little bit, put him back in, which I did, but I could have played him a little bit more there. We're going to need him, Chad. His versatility on the glass. He'll defend. So I expect him to continue to play more.
Gotcha. Can I just follow up? I mean, is he 100%? Is he like
Yeah,
able
he's
to,
healthy now. Yeah,
is it
he is. Yep.
is it just a matter of getting reacclimated or anything like that, or is it?
Yeah, I think missing that time, missing the reps in practice, limited his development, but he's figuring it out. He's a good kid, smart kid.
Tyler?
Just curious, did you have a chance to go to the Lakers game as well with the team, or?
No,
Oh.
we were working on UCLA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom?
And what's your thoughts on Mick Cronin's team this year?
Well, obviously, I've watched him quite a bit now. Uh, I've been impressed with a number of different things. Again, he's got some transfers, got some new guys, but they have. I would say the thing that is fairly characteristic of his teams, they play hard. They play defense. They compete, put pressure on the ball. What I've seen is, they share it. I don't see any selfishness there. They got a number of different weapons, whether it be, shooter. They got shooters on the perimeter. Bilodeau's a really good player inside. And you got a lot of different players that impact the game, not only who start but come off the bench. So, there's a reason why they were ranked for a good portion of time. I know they've lost a couple, but very good team in my view.
Mike?
I don't know how insulated you guys are, but how has this week been out there? From a distance, obviously, we're wondering what it's like to be in Los Angeles this week.
Where we are, Mike, it's business as usual. People walking around, people going to work, people going to the market down the street. We're in downtown LA. I mean, it's busy, there's traffic, so it really hasn't been any different than it would have been or different than any other trip. Check into the hotel, have our meetings, have our meals, go to practice, have more meetings, more meals. And like I said, that's why I think it was good that we had a night where they could go to the Laker game and do something outside of the hotel. I'm sure the guys walked around a little bit. But where we are is, I think, pretty far from where the fires are.
Chad?
You just referenced, UCLA is a really good team. I obviously lost 4 in a row here, but in your experience, can that be a dangerous thing to walk into, a team a good team that's lost several, that's coming home, and how do you make your guys aware of that?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's aware of that. But that's what this league is. Really good teams sometimes lose games. I mean, everybody in this league, and I say this, and everybody thinks that's just what I'm supposed to say, but every team is really good. Every team has really good players. Every team has a really good coach. Can you win close games? Can you win consistently? It's hard. It's really hard. And they've been right there. I thought they had some really good stretches, against Maryland and Rutgers. Play Maryland and Rutgers on the road. They're going to be 2 tough games. USC. I mean, what they did at Illinois was really impressive. They beat us at home. We had a shot. They jumped us, and we have to be ready to play better at the start of the game. And the only way you win in this league is to consistently perform for 40 minutes.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, guys.